Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your December 2025 reading. So, of course, December, Christmas, Hanukkah, solstice. And so, on this, of course, we're switching from increasingly having longer nights, going within, to slowly having the light come back. So, it's a great time to choose what are the intentions that we are going to put more and more energy, focus, light on so that it can grow next year. That's usually why we have all this, intentions and resolutions and so wishes for this period of time, using the shift of the light growing again. So it's nice to do it consciously on the solstice. And then we have, of course, on the 4th of December, the full moon in Gemini. And what that full moon is going to bring you, if on that day, whether you do a ceremony or you just have the conscious thought about it, full moon brings light into a shadow. Gemini has that inquisitive intelligence of wanting to look at the details and all the information, process it, and also look at different perspective, hint the twin, to complete different perspective on the thing. So looking at parts of you that usually you're not conscious of, looking at it from different perspectives, understanding it because of the inquiring and the access of new information. And at the same time, since it's in Sagittarius season, that's why it's one in front of the other. Sagittarius is all about your core beliefs. So what are these maybe unconscious core beliefs that I have? Now that I can look at from a different angle, maybe understand, have more information on, more revelations so that I can know it more. So this is kind of the theme of the month of December. Around the 20th, just before Christmas, we have the new moon in Capricorn. And so that's when you're going to start putting the seeds of what you actually want to plant, grow, invest, ground. So that's pretty much what is happening out there. Now let's look at the tarot for you, my beautiful Cancers. What does the tarot want to tell you that you should know for your best path? So, all right. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me give a reading for Cancers for the month of December 2025. Cancer. All right. Cancer. Oops. Starting to be dark. I guess this is my last video of the day. Okay. Give me three cards for Cancer. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, that's your worth, your value, of course, but that's when, I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know what I've invested all my life in, that every energy plant I seeds I planted, plant I seeded also, it's all accumulation of who I am today. That's the Nine of Pentacles. That's when we know our worth in our gut. I have the Six of Cups in reverse with it. So when it's around this, maybe it's a question of, yes, this is, where I come from, what I've built until now, who I am. Maybe we need to have a little reconnection with, can I start receiving unconditionally? Because the Six of Cups, yes, it's, it's connected to the heart chakra. They're in the town square, giving each other cup of white flowers, pure waters, pure possibilities, pure emotions, waters of creation, and so on. It's children. So that means it's that innocent giving and receiving. Sometimes when we're so self-sufficient, knowing who we are, we can have a tendency of, becoming an island, completely self-sufficient. So we are far from, here I am in town square, offering who I am, and able to receive from the others with no strings attached, in a free heart chakra pure way. So it was in reverse. All right, let's continue and see. So that might be kind of the theme for you. You come in the month like that, maybe with that questioning, questioning that's going to be answered. Ah, I get it. I understand. It comes with a tower in reverse. And a tower in reverse, this is when it's not really outside that we see a crumbling of a structure. It's more an inner work. Oh my God, there's a certain way that I've structured myself, the way I function, the steps I make in order to attain something that now I see. This is kind of an aha moment. I see that it doesn't stand. It's not sustainable, or it doesn't work like that. I'll never gain, or I'll never attain my goal in that way. But a great understanding, illumination. I knew this was coming. About giving and receiving. Maybe removing some of the angst, anxiety. How am I going to make sure that things are balanced? Maybe I'm going to protect myself from not hurting, from not having received, by being completely self-sufficient. Because this is all about giving from a completely fulfilled place, not because he's self-sufficient, but because he's part of the flow, part of a channel. There's nothing in him blocking the capacity for the universe to give to him. He's only receiving when it's because he created it. No, it can be given unconditionally. And he won't have to justify it or prove that he deserves it or whatever. He's got no limit to how much he can receive. So when he gives, it's not taking anything from him. It's just passing through him unconditionally. He's not a better person for it. He's not less for it because he's not sacrificing anything. So, let's see. Let's clarify. But you understand something about that. In the season of giving. All right. Let's see. 9 of Pentacles. And there you are. Queen of Cups. Cancer. With the 9 of Pentacles. And here I have the 7 of Wands in reverse. So that could be when we stop being on the defensive, or there's still some leftover unconscious defensiveness. We become usually very isolated or self-sufficient when there's a part of us that's like, yeah, people are just gonna take everything they can. and I have to protect myself. I have to put boundaries all the time, because if not, they're going to drag me down my hill. So it became a reaction. It became part of our program pattern. But we're pushing away the energy to protect us. But that does not allow the flow. Ace of Sword. What is the Ace of Sword for the Cancers? All right. We have the Hermit here. So you're going to leave behind the emotional baggage that is overflowing here from the moon about your self-worth. And it's very earth and water. Okay? So the Eight of Cups, this is when we know that there's another way to feel life, to vibrate differently. And so we're willing to release the old imprints in our waters of our sadnesses, our losses, and things like that. That's always what has happened or whatever. We're willing to leave that behind because we have trust and the willpower, okay? Because that's why he has a wand in his hand. Look at his red cape. He's passionate about it. He's got a wand in his hand. He believes in it. There's a new way to experience my relation maybe with others. It's going to come up to the surface anyway. And it's everything related to my self-worth. Maybe I won't need to be so guarded when my self-worth is not because I believe it. Not believe, because believe it needs to become to the gut. But sometimes we rationally know it, but we don't believe it. We haven't embodied it yet. And here I have the Hermit. So I understand, even if I don't see it right away, I'm relying on my emotional intelligence, on my intelligence, and my inner light of my wisdom to go towards a state of being where things will be balanced, where maybe I won't have to be so putting so much energy on protecting myself, because I will know exactly my worth. Something's going to become clear about that. Let's look at that Six of, here we go. We have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords. Maybe that Ace of Swords is going to allow the true healing of all the injustices. Gemini was dealing with actually seeing and trying to flip the justice. And you're having a Six of Pentacles effect also. Maybe you're going to drop these wands, finish this cycle of how you're using your fire to compensate for the inner worth that you should be feeling, Cancer. Maybe putting too much expectations on yourself, or meeting, I have to bring this and I have to do this and all of that. Or feeling the pressure and the demands outside. They're not yours. It's their thing. So you're gonna, these things are like subtle. You see it in your life. You're like, oh, it makes sense. It makes sense inside of me. And that's when we can finally make that little shift inside, where this will be now part of your reality. So I'm going to call this a shift in balance. Oh, I know. Gemini is shifting justice. So you're just following through, but yeah, a clarity on your worth. Let's call it like this. Because when this is embodied and it's clear, then justice is something that we can easily manifest in our lives. There you go. Balance. Giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. There you go. So, on this, my beautiful Cancers, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and all of this. Since it is the season of giving and all of that, don't forget you can, have access to the Wisdom of Tarot through the website or, Amazon directly. Also, if you want to gift a reading for you or someone you love, you have access to that also on the website. And on this, all my love and light. And I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.